so this is what I found as far as what I might be putting on the spine of this. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing covered. The first thing I'm going to do is see if I got some, well, I like that right there. And I think that would probably go well with, yeah, okay, easy enough. Get this out. Now it's to decide if I want to color this. I think I'll do it in the black. This one here. Let me go ahead and get this open. So for our 7x7 book, we're going to cover it with two 8.5 by 11s. Should give us enough room to wiggle. Okay, hold on to this. Hold on to that. So make sure I got 3 sheets here. Hang on. Alright, so we're going to take these 2 sheets and we're going to get them together. I suggest both glue and tape. And this is going to be the inside of, or what's going to go up against the cardboard. So I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of masking tape on there. Alright. Flip it over, give it a clean up. And you're not going to see that on account of the spine cover is going to go over top that, which is going to be this. Okay, so we have this ready to go. Get it laid down, get this centered-ish as much as I can. Okay, so I don't have any room. Most important part is being able to bring this up and over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, actually I'm going to do the spine first. And yeah, I'm gonna let this sit and dry. Let me see. Start getting this down in. Get some pressure on there. Start getting that taken care of in place. Alright. Now for my ends down here, I'm going to go ahead and trim them. And I usually use my ruler. I find that it leaves me more than enough room. Alright, and once the spine seems to be setting, then go ahead and glue out the rest of your covers. If you need to, flip it over. That in there good. Try not to get glue all over everything. Alright, I'm going to let that sit and dry. Alright, and then I'll come back and do the other side. This side. Then I'll do the ends last. And I'll lost it for my glue again. Alright. So I'm going to let that dry and I'll be back for the rest. Well, the other part. And don't forget, still got to make the spine for this inside spine. Okay. So we're going to let that dry. Okay. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I got both edges done. Yeah, edges done. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do these ends. The first thing I'm going to do is get the paper pushed down up against itself. And then I'm going to bring one corner in, kind of like you're wrapping a Christmas present. Make sure that it's nice and tight. Do the same thing over here. Okay, and then I'm going to fold the whole thing over. Now here, you can trim this down once you figure out how much you need. Okay, or you can fold it again, whichever. I think I'm gonna try cutting just a little bit. I get the glue. And mine will most likely be covered up with even more stuff. You don't know how I am. And then I'm going to get this down on there. Make sure your corners are nice and tight. And do the same thing over here. Okay, push this in and over. Let's get and over. And this one, if you want to keep it more even, let's see. And do the same thing there. Put a little glue in here. Looks like it's going to be a little larger than the other end. And then fold it up and over. Try not to get too much glue everywhere, kind of like I'm doing here. Wet situated. And while this is drying, we can work on what we're going to do here. Okay, we know we need a 7x7. Now if we want to put this on some pink or whatever, now's the time to do it. Let me see what color pinks we have. That's insanely pink. That's too red. see what kind of, if we're getting too red, too pink. Let's see what's in here. I kind of like that purple. This pink ain't too bad. This side of it up here, I kind of like that. These. I actually have 2 of these, so that's probably what I'll use. Alright. Now we know the back, well, our journal front is 7 by 7. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is 6 by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this to 6.5 by 6.5. Minute. And there we have that. Let's do some corners. Let's see. Let's do a little bit fancy. Like so. And do these two. Simply just going to glue this on there. Anytime you're gluing paper to paper, those edges and corners are the most important parts of, especially when you get into journaling. Y'all, my hand must have had glue on it. Now I got even more glue on the pink. That's okay. We can cover that up. I don't think I can get that off. No, we'll have to cover it up. Or use it on the back. All right. Oops. Alright, get these up out the way. Alright, figure out what side's going to be the front. Okay, so I think this is right here is going to be the front of my book. And that should go on there like so. Now, I did want to do the spine differently. Now is a good time to start contemplating on that. Let me see. Make sure this is bending fine. Alright, it'll loosen up as we go. Alright, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get the different spine on now. That's going to be this. Okay, so we know it needs to be at least 3 inches wide. 3, 4, we'll go I know it needs to be 7 inches long, so I'm definitely going to cut it at 7 plus some to go over the edge. We'll do 8, and we can cut down from there. Francois agrees. Okay, so let's see. We need, I'm gonna go ahead 5 inches. That'll give me the 3 inches plus 1 inch on either side. Let's see. Like so. Yeah. And then enough to come down it up and over if we need to, which we shouldn't have to. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and trim it down to my 7 inches here. Let's see. Where's my stuff? I just don't want to have to fold that over too much, to be honest with you. Now if I can get this off of here. There we go. And then right about there. I'm thinking it needs to be taller. There. I'll probably do better if I put this in my lap, to be honest with you. Right, so right there. There. Alright, so I just got it stuck to the center of the back. And now I'm going to go around the edges. Like so. Alright, make sure that it's on there good. And if you want to do any other kind of decoration, now's the time to do it before we start putting in the center spine inside. And then we're going to get this here. I think I want just a, let me see. No, it'll be too much. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. And that will be the front of the book. And we'll go from there. Alright, there's the front of our book. There's the spine. And now we'll do the back pretty much the same way we did the front. And then we'll get working on the inside, which is the fun part. Alright, so we have die cuts. Look, I also have this little white flower thing too. It might fit perfectly right there. I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of stuff around to put on that. Alright, so the next thing is going to be to decide how we want the inside of this. Do we want it black? Do we want it brown? It's ready to go either way. I think I'm going to do some pockets on the inside of both the front and the back covers. Okay, so we'll do those in black for sure. And then probably come over with decorative paper in the back, a decorative paper on front of the pocket. If we're going to do this black, we're going to do this black. We need 3 inches worth of spine. Let's see. First thing we're going to do is get our 8.5 by 11, cut it down to 7. Y'all, I'm wearing out my little notches down here to where I can't see if that's actually on the 7. Okay, then the first thing you need to do is decide if you want to leave room between your first page and your front cover, your first page. I'm going to go with 1/4 inch. I tend to like that. It works well for me. Okay, then I'm going to go 1/2 of an inch over, score, go another 1/2 of an inch, there's our first hinge. I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch, there's a flat spot or space in between our hinge. Then I'm going to go 1/2, another 1/2, and 1/4. And I'm going to do this all the way down this piece of paper. And what we'll do is, once we get our hinges, all our folds done, let's see, it was 1/2, I need 1/2 here. Once we get all our folding done, we can cut this guy down to 3 inches or whatever it is that we want in our book. Let's see, I got half, 1/4. I'm on the 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/2. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end this. It's going to be 1/4 right here, and I'm going to trim it. No, because we're just not going to be able to keep going here. So if I can find my stuff. All right, that puts us starting and ending with 1/2 spaces. All right, so on all the score lines in between your 1/2 inches are going to be folded towards you. The 1/4 inches are going to be meant to be flat spots, so that's going to go up against the book. Your 1/2 inch hinge is going to stick out towards you. Your next 1/4 inch is going to be flat against the book, and if you get little wrinkles, you'll be all right. You will get those sorted out as we go. You'll be putting tape in these 1/2 inch valleys, okay? And you'll be putting glue or tape on the flat spots to glue this into the book. This. Give it a good fold, look back and forth. Let's see. You could probably make this easier on yourself using a ruler to get it started. So I got all my 1/2 inches facing bent so that they're going to come towards me. Switch it up. This one. This one. This one. see. Let's get this up in here, and here, here, here. All right, so there we have them all laid down that way. Now we can come and do them all the opposite. All right, and again, what's going to happen is we're going to be putting tape or glue in between. This is the back side. This is the top. We need to make sure we get this in 3 inches. Let's see, 3 to 6. Actually, it will work out perfect. Okay, once we get the tape and the glue, it'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages worth. Just more than enough, I believe. Good thing we have 3 packs of papers, right? Okay, so I can't find my tape. All right. And don't forget, we're just doing inside the 1/2 inch spaces with the tape. Let's see if I can find the end. Y'all hear that hen? She laid an egg about an hour ago. She's still telling the world about it. Well, it's been huge. Here. Oop. All right, put that on. Peel the back off best you can. And then make sure that you get the 2 1/2 inch sections together. Alright, almost done. Okay. Get in there. All right, and then she's ready to go into the book. She can go. And we got more than enough room space-wise on either side. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some pink in here. Okay. And there's more than enough room for pink in here. Okay. I'm going to trim this down to 7 inches. this is really what I want to do. Come in with the black. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to do just a little bit of a peekaboo with this black, the pink, I mean. Go ahead and get this in here. And then when I finish putting the black, you should barely see the pink behind everything. And I'm not doing the creases just yet. I'm just making sure that it is in contact with that. So I can put this in contact with it. And we're on the back side. And in the center we'll go. Make sure we cover up everything. All right. And get that glue in contact with the book. All right. Okay, and then once we put the black on, you'll see just a little bit of this pink on either side of that. And once we get it down in there. Alright. Okay, and she's good to sit and dry. We'll be back for the inside. The inside covers next. Yeah, that's gonna work out good. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here while we're hanging out waiting for things to dry. Okay, back in a bit.